Hey, welcome to your Leo horoscopes for the week of the 7th through the 13th of January, officially full week of the new year. And it's all about your family. Weird for me to say, but sometimes don't those people just get on your nerves? It's true. It really is true. And every single one of us feels bad for thinking it, but we're all thinking it. It is true. We have this thing where we create this belief that these people are supposed to be wonderful. We're always supposed to love them. We're always supposed to support them. We're always supposed to be there for them. But they make it so difficult sometimes. Focus on family is not always easy. And Leo is such a family-centered sign. It almost requires family in order to be happy. But that can be so difficult when you are dealing with family, because while they can be possibly the most wonderful people in the world, they can also be the most annoying people in the world at the same time, or the most frustrating people, because these are the people, more so than any other people that you're going to meet. These are the people that are going to know you inside and out, and you're going to know them inside and out. And we sort of develop this comfort in um turning people down when they need help in family, because they're always going to love us. You have to, it's family, right? I think a lot of parents with children go through this a lot. I know I put my own parents through this myself at one time. We children grow up and you think, oh, I did all of this stuff for this child and I was such a great parent. And the child is just like, oh, I got friends, gotta go, no time, no time, no time. And you never see the kids again. It's a very frustrating situation, which is very common. But I also feel that it's mishandled a lot. I know I've been in the situation where I've mishandled it a lot myself. And a lot of the time we go straight to communicating that we did all these things for this child and they should be there for us. Now, the first time that might work. Every other time that you use that, though, it does not work, because it just becomes white noise and they don't want to hear it anymore. They block it out. So this week, I feel that there's a couple of things coming out of this. One, especially if you're in the situation where your family is growing up and you don't have as much to do anymore in terms of taking care of them because they're becoming more and more independent, it's really important to find something for you. I think especially moms or stay-at-home parents, will just say, stay-at-home parents literally spend their entire lives devoting their time to other people. And when those people aren't there anymore, they find themselves in this, I don't know what to do with myself space. And that's really hard to deal with. So one of the ways to deal with is to start implementing things that you've always wanted to get into, things that you've always wanted to do, things that are specific to your goals and your needs. This is really important. A lot of times family gets in the way of that. And I think family gets in the way of that a lot more than we realize. So it's really important to pay attention to, even in some cases, keep track of the amount of times that happens, because especially keeping track of it, when you can see just how often that's happening, you can see what boundaries you need to put up to prevent that from happening anymore. The other thing is, we also have to put up boundaries around our family. In fact, they are the most important people to place boundaries around. And I'm not just saying this because, if you have a toxic relationship with a family member, I think all families and the people that are closest proximity to you need the most boundaries. The ones that you love the most need the most boundaries, because those are always the ones that are going to take advantage in some way, because they just feel that it's appropriate to do so. So, for example, pulling this out of the air, this is not actually happening, but I now work for my husband. And so, being working for my husband, there is probably a different way that he's going to approach me with getting work done than he would somebody that came in that he hired from somewhere else. And he might even show a little bit more appreciation to that person that he hired instead of his family. It's human nature to do so. So I want to make sure, not necessarily that he treats me like a strange person that he hired, obviously, but I like to get my high five when I do a good job every so often too. And so it's just making sure that I establish that with him communication wise, so we know that we're on the same page. That way I don't feel like I'm stepping from in the house as a housewife, not getting appreciated, to stepping into this environment also not getting appreciated. And we've established those rules and it's working pretty good. And when it stops working, we redraw the rules to keep it going. You always have to freshen it up, but it takes an open communication between both, not in an accusing way, but in a this is what I would like, what can I do for you kind of way. Relationships should be treated like businesses. They probably would work a little bit better. And I don't mean that in terms of taking the feeling out of the relationship, taking the feeling out of the problem in order to fix the relationship. That's a different story. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do consider clicking the link in the description and sending me a tip or donation through my coffee link. I would really appreciate that. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. I will see you guys next week. In the meantime, you guys, it's time to roar and be who you are, despite all of the people that you love, period. And to be badass doing it, because that's really your job. So you guys have a great week with that. Make it a great week, and I will see you next week.